This is Trideep, and you are watching a brand new episode of Learn with Trideep. I'm extremely sorry I have kept you guys waiting for whole 1 week and didn't upload any videos. This is partially because I was extremely busy with my UX UI training that I was imparting to various colleges. At the same time, I was waiting for Adobe to come up with all their new apps for 2022. And believe me, I was overwhelmed by the amount of new stuff that Adobe has added in all their existing software kit. For Photoshop, which I will be covering in this particular episode, it is a total new ballgame altogether. Believe me, while using Photoshop, I was actually thinking, well, have I turned into God myself? The amount of ease with which you can manipulate real life landscapes is beyond any imagination. That's the level, that's the power of artificial intelligence that Adobe has brought in their entire app kit. In today's episode, I will try to cover some of the brilliant new add-ons that Adobe Photoshop 2022 is allowing users to use and how their entire work will be amazingly simplified and made faster using the AI-driven Adobe neural filters. So without much ado, let's get started. But before we deep dive, kindly like, share, and comment on this video. And if you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get all our upcoming notifications. So in this particular episode, I will take you through the wonderful new plugin, the filters that they have added, Adobe has added, and it is called the neural filter. Neural filter basically works only on rasterized layers or your photographs, images, and so on and so forth. It does not work on text layers. Okay, so let's first try to understand what magic the neural filters does. So let us click on filter, click on neural filter. Over here, you will find there are a lot of new beta tools that Adobe has added in this particular version of 2022. The first one that we will try, it's landscape mixture. And believe me, it is magic. The way they have told magically transform a landscape by mixing with another image. Yes, the landscape mixture makes you feel like you have turned yourself into God. So we have to just click this start on, and over here in the right hand side, we will see there are a lot of presets that Adobe has already provided to you. First of all, let us try to make this entire lovely scene into a eyescape landscape. We click on this and see over here, you will see the processing on device. So no more cloud processing. Right now, you are actually having the device filtered in your process in your in your own device. Okay, so if you see brilliantly this particular scene, if you click on in before and after, you'll see that they have magically transformed this amazing landscape into a eyescape. And believe me, you can actually have the control to lessen or increase the strength of the ice formation. See, the ice formations are going lesser and lesser. I make it more less. Just see a little bit of ice over here, a little bit of ice over there, and more as we lessen the strength, the ice amount also reduces. So over here, if you see, there's absolutely no ice. And if I increase the strength, the entire landscape turns blue. Okay, and see each and every leaves over here, the trees, they are also converted into ice covered landscape. Let us now quickly click on this sunset and see how this landscape magically takes the sunset ambience. Brilliant, isn't it? Just see before and after and see what they have done to your already existing amazing photograph. Okay, so as I've told, it is entirely AI driven, artificial intelligence driven. So if you see very minutely, this house is not exactly replicated over here, and some place they have added, manipulated some image and superimposed on your image. So it is exactly not the same image. They have done some level of manipulation. Okay, let us now try another particular image. Okay, let us try this particular image and see if it magically changes this landscape. Wow, it has entirely changed this landscape into a green heaven. And see if I have the total control of this particular landscape. Okay, so I decide how much greenery I want to have in this particular landscape. If you see, there are scrub and herbs that has added over here, and this layer has turned into magically brighter green. Okay, also another thing, you can also do a fantastic stuff over here. You can have different season. So if I have spring over here, the image magically changes into spring. If I want to have winter, I can also control the winter. So see, I can control it to be winter, autumn, summer, or spring. Even I can make it, see, when it is autumn, every trees over here, we can see some level of redness that has come over here. If I use spring, I will see a lot of yellowish shade that will come in the screen. Okay, and the best part of it is that I can preserve the subject. If there is any particular subject over here, and it will not touch the subject, and it will only change the background landscape. Okay, the best part of it is that, again, like other versions of neural filter, you can have new layers for all effects. Okay, so let us cancel this particular thing and we will take up one image that has a character in it. We'll have so over here we have a person as well as a fantastic background. So let's see how intelligent is the Adobe artificial intelligence. Okay, so let us go again to filter, neural filters, and check what this can do. Okay, so I click on landscape mixture and say, for example, we try this amazing winter scene. By default, it will do everything and it will make this person also totally covered with snow. One magic you can always add, you can just click on this preserve subject, and also a second one, which is harmonize subject. What exactly preserve subject does, it will not touch any main character of this particular screen. So if there is a human, they will not touch the human and they will only change the background scene. Another best thing is harmonize. If you don't click on harmonize, it will keep the same character like that it was in the original image. But if you click on harmonize, it will change as per the color tone of the background. So if you see, there is a lovely layer of bluish tinge that has come, as well as there is an orangey sheen that has also affected this lady's back jacket. Again, what I can do, I can also add depth blur to this particular screen. So I can adjust the focal distance, and you will see magically you can add a lot of focal blur to the entire scene. See, the character is not actually got applied with this blur. The background has become blur, and you have a magical depth of field. So I can try this thing with various other colors. Let's see with this particular sunset, sunrise that we can see over here. Lovely, isn't it? It has taken everything that it required and not touched even the person who was in the scene. And if you see the light direction, it is absolutely bang on, absolutely perfect. So you have turned God. Even after taking the snap, you can change so many features of this particular landscape. And if you want to change it to autumn, you can do that. If you want to change it to winter, you can do that. If you want to add lush greenery, you can also do that in this particular image. Just see, it is autumn everywhere. We can see a lot of redness, a lot of dry leaves, and as if the entire image has turned into fire. Lovely, isn't it? Even I want to change this thing to lush greenery, I can do that as well. So if you see that the processing, it must much faster because it is happening in your own device and not taking the cloud computing to render your image. So if you see that the entire image has turned into lush green without even affecting the person in front of it. Okay, isn't it amazing? Isn't it really, really God sent filter to you? Always remember, use the strength to your control so that something in the image should not look unnatural. So you can really do these things as a master of your own craft. Okay, so similarly, if I want to add some little bit of sunset to it, I can also do that. I can add the value of sunset so that it looks really orangish in nature. See, the entire scene is having an orangish tinge over here, and you can increase the strength also so that it becomes really sunsetty in nature. See, lovely. At the same time, what you can also do, if you really want to go with the preset, you can click on any one of this image, and this image will magically transform into the color code of that particular image. This is brilliant. Just one click, and you have seen how fast these colors are actually getting manipulated and submerged in the entire image. This is really magical. Okay, another thing I would like to show you, that there is a custom field. You can also add custom image. You can select from your own image from the computer. Say for example, I have some folder and I have some image in it. Say for example, I take this particular image. So the entire image will change as per this particular image color code. Just see. It will pick up the color value from here and it will change. Amazing. This is just few clicks here and there. Lovely. And just see, if I click on OK, it has created the thing in a new layer. See, lovely, isn't it? And if you see, your character is still in the same place. It has not changed anywhere. Amazing, right? Great. So let us also do this thing. Let us also check another amazing feature of Photoshop 2022. Okay, over here you have this object selection tool. You click on this and you just have to point in the screen. All selectable objects, you see, you can directly click and select. This is amazing. This is just amazing. You know, if I just drag a rectangle, it will select the entire objects and you can just take it in a new layer, right? Like this. This saves so much time for all the editors right there. But you have to be very careful. Sometimes the AI is not that powerful and sometimes it misses out on various objects. Another thing is that while your object selection is there selected, you can just click on this show all objects over here and you'll see all the objects that is selectable. Is it is again based on a lot of factors. So obviously you can understand that not all the portions of your image will be selected. It is totally based on what Photoshop's AI understands. Okay, so it is not a very reliable tool for me at least, but it does a lot of hard work for you. Okay, great. So let us now check another thing. um, let us check this particular image. So I have already selected this object from this layer using Photoshop's selection tool, and it is selected in this layer. Okay, great. So now I will go to this layer and I have added this character over there. Okay, lovely, right? Now let us see another magical tool of Photoshop that changes this particular object based on the background it has. So also let me tell you that I have pre-changed this color of this landscape using the landscape tool, and we have this particular image in the foreground. Let us see what magic we can do in this layer. We'll go to filter, neural filter, and now this time I will select harmonization. Okay, harmonization, what it does, magically changes the object's color based on the background you have chosen. Okay, so say for example, I have to select a layer. So if I select that the background color, it will change the image over here based on the background color. But now we have changed the background to a different colors screen based on the landscape mixture that we have used earlier. So I will select this particular layer and see, based on the background layer, the entire lighting condition, the color code and everything of this particular image has been drastically changed by Photoshop's AI. You can increase and decrease the strength. Also, you can increase the cyan value, red value, totally up to your control. You can brightness, contrast, adjust this particular image. So that is the magic of harmonization. You can obviously change the tone strength based on your requirement and based on the image that you have in the background. Okay, and as you see, it has again created this thing in a new layer. Amazing, right? So over this image is a fantastic image over here. Let us see again the last bit of the stuff, how we can change this magical image to more magical. We go to neural filters and we click on landscape mixture and we put up this lush green background. See, the entire image, including the elephant, has been converted into lush green scenario. But we don't want that. We will preserve the subject, we will harmonize the subject as per the lighting setting. And we can manipulate with the strength of the particular effect. So I will reduce the strength a little bit so that though my image becomes still magical, I can actually have a very, very realistic image. Okay, this is amazing. You can change it to autumn if you wish. You can also winterize or summarize this particular uh, image. Lovely. Okay, great. Similarly, we can also check another image. I have this little girl in front of this amazing landscape at the background, but somehow the attire of this girl is not matching the background. I will first go to the background and change into neural filter, landscape mixture, make it a little bit winter or a snow-clad landscape. Lovely. You can make it a little bit more wintry. See, the reflection of the water also is perfectly done. It doesn't look like you are manipulating this thing in that way. So strong the artificial intelligence of Adobe Photoshop is there. Okay, great. So this landscape gets the wintry feeling. Great. I will click on OK. It creates a landscape background which is much more wintry in nature. See the difference of this thing. Now we will go and click this little girl's image. We'll go to filter, neural filter, and we will harmonize this particular layer. And we will select from the wintry background and not the background. See, the color values and everything has been taken from the background image, and see how it manipulates the color very nicely, so that it looks that the color value and everything, see this portion of the image is brighter in color, so that's the reason its portion is brighter in color. Lovely. So that's the way you can use this thing, and you can make this image much better. I've also seen one thing, that if I add this image in the background and then try to do the landscape filter and harmonize character, harmonize object, it gives you a much better effect. Okay, so that's all in front of you. You have this particular image, you have this background, so it has been converted from this image to now this image. So that's all, folks, for today's video. I think there is a lot of things that I have not covered in this episode. There are a lot of things other than these magical things that are there in Photoshop, but I tried to make this video more interesting for you so that you can actually use your brain power, your creativity to think what amazing stuff you can do using these amazing tools that Adobe has provided to all the creative community. There are a lot of other tools that have come in these things, and where there's a copyright control and all these things that you can really control the stuff. But I felt that was more serious in nature and might not interest my subscriber base. So I have only given the thing that will just give you some level of the creative zing that you require in your particular uh, creativity process. Okay, so hope you have liked this video. If you have really liked this video, kindly like, share and comment on this video. And if you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get all our upcoming notifications. So till we meet again in our next video with some similar amazing stuff, goodbye and God bless.